Ha 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 ha. Did that get you? Good, wonderful morning to all you fine people out there. Hey, Jude, how's it going? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well this morning. Farrell, good to see you. Do those YouTube things while you're waiting. Hit that like, ring that bell, and subscribe. Well, and make sure you're still subscribed after last night. So much fun, so much fun. I had a great time last night with all the ladies and Baker. Just kidding. It was good seeing Expert also last night. It was wonderful. We had a really good time. Everybody hanging out. The pineapple came by also. It was wonderful. Baker, we had cool spies that came in. She was pretty damn awesome. If you guys didn't catch her, then check it out from last night. You'll see, she does have a channel and she does really cool stuff. There's a reason why she's Cool Spies, and she's lovely too. And I mean, like, she's pleasant. Unlike me, I'm a little more rough around the edges. Working on one last night for MG. Oh, that's very cool. Very cool. Good morning, Suzanne. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so, last night we covered a little bit of the politics. If it's not your thing, then oh no, that's absolutely fine. Sorry you couldn't stick around. Had a few panels you were invited to be on. That's beautiful. I am so glad that you spread yourself around. That is very cool. I'll have to get you on sometime. I just hit me up on Twitter so I know who you are, and that way I can chat with you a little bit more at some point in time. Sorry for the stupid Aussie questions. No, there's no stupid Aussie questions at all. Not here. There are never any stupid Aussie questions. There's more like me being stupid about Australia. Isn't that weird how that works? Hey girl, how you
Good
doing?
morning.
And of
Good.
course, my wonderful friend here, Farrell, that has introduced me to it's Crime Spies, right? Because
Yes.
I wanted to say Cool Spies, and I'm like, she is cool, but that's not her name. I
Right? Yep. Crime
yeah.
spies.
Well, this is what happens, whenever you just get 4 hours of sleep, haha, or less.
Mhm.
I think it was yeah, it
Well,
was
I've
4 hours.
had 0, so
Well, you're a vampire anyway, so you do just fine.
yeah. Well, I need to be able to sleep today, so
Well, yeah, I'll get me a little bit of rest at some point. Hey, good morning, Tootly Pip. It's good to see you this morning. Oh yeah, so our take on it was pretty good. I hope last night, I had a good time, really good time.
yeah, I had fun.
Yes, it was a very interesting caucus. It's the first one that we covered, and of course we have New Hampshire. I believe is coming up next, where they'll try to make people sound better than they actually are, and that's
Of
fine.
course.
You know, because at the end of last night, there was a lot of channels that were saying, "Oh yeah, it looked like Nikki Haley. She did so well, and she's right on Trump's heels. She thinks she is, although we all know that
Yeah.
the big
Just
winner last night was Trump, because he's got his backing by the man in skinny jeans, Vivek, whatever. There's so many people that I'm sure they're disappointed. They were like, "Oh, Vivek, she was totally like on the path to becoming." It's like, you really think that he was anywhere coming close? The RNC was not backing him. But hey, it's too bad. Too bad for Vivek. He suspended his bid for the presidency, which is probably a good idea. He needs to show a little more experience and of doing something other than
I'm glad he
talking the
got
talk.
out.
I am too. It
I
was a
hate
smart.
yeah. I hate it when they hang in there like flipping crazy for no reason whatsoever.
Well,
There's no chance.
yeah, yeah, and you have, I mean, if Pence bowed out like nobody even noticed, it was just like, oh, he was actually even on stage, a contender. I think there's another guy that was still hasn't bowed out, and I think he even had less than Vivek or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I didn't even after the first time, I don't think I even looked back at any of the bottom ones.
No.
Anything past the top 3, I didn't even look at. They didn't have anything.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually hoping that Vivek would show a little bit of something and give a run for the money on Haley and DeSantis. It's like he's saying all the right stuff, but that always, like I said, just makes me suspicious whenever they say all the right things and then trying to compare, like all the supporters of him were comparing him to Trump. It was like, well, but he's not. Yeah, but he's more young and more vibrant. Yeah, the thing of him slipping on ice, I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna go well. But hey,
Right.
that's how these things go. These are how elections go, and we see it, all the time until they have, there can be only one. Um, so how long do you think it is before Trump actually will debate either one of those two? What are you thinking? Do you think it'll have to be one or the other gets booted off the stage?
I think so. And even then, I'm not sure. Does he debate him at all?
I don't think he has to. I
I don't
don't think he
that's it. I don't think he has to.
I mean, if someone can, if and I'm just throwing this out there as an example. Say Vivek was still running and he was it was DeSantis and Vivek up there because Haley didn't make it through, or DeSantis didn't make it. It was Vivek. What purpose would it serve for him to go up there if both of them combined are getting under 50% of what he can do? I mean, because those debates are just doing nothing, do no good for him.
Right. That's and like most people know what DeSantis is. Everybody knows what Trump is. Probably less know about Haley, but if
Yeah. So if the final two is, and I would say if DeSantis um got booted off the stage and there was just Nikki Haley left out of those two, and just using this as an example, I still don't see her picking up DeSantis's people, getting their support.
no, I
And
don't know that
I mean, it might bring
I
her
don't
up
know that
to, 35, 40%, of the people, but the rest is going to go over to Trump.
yeah.
It's just, but that's how it
Yeah,
goes.
we were talking about that last night and I asked, does he take Eric?
Maybe.
And I think that he might.
I don't know. There's always
He's
a possibility.
he's old enough
Hmm.
and and I think that he might in hopes of that his VP runs for president.
Yeah. That's another thing to put into consideration is just because he completes his run as VP or as president doesn't mean that he can't be on a VP ticket.
I don't know that he would do that.
I don't know. That maybe. No, I don't think he would.
I think he's running now out of spite.
Yes.
And so I don't know
I
that he would do that. I
No,
think
I
that
don't think
he
he
what
would.
how old is he now?
Oh, he's the same
70.
he's the same age as Biden was whenever Biden ran the last election in 2020. So yeah, he's
I don't think he does.
no. I don't see it happening.
I don't think anybody asks him to.
No. No,
It
not at
would
all.
that would almost depending on I mean if he won, depending on how the 4 years went, that would almost be probably a killer on your own ticket.
Oh yeah. Well, and I think that whoever he supports for candidate, you know, is after he does, even if he doesn't make this election, doesn't win this next election, whoever he endorses is probably gonna be having a lot of backing behind him. And I think
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people wanted him to do is not run.
They do really well.
Yeah. I honestly think that that's what they wanted from Trump to do this go around. The RNC wanted, that's why they were sucking up to him and being all nice and all that stuff, is they were hoping that he wouldn't run, but whoever they put in there that he would endorse so that they could, you know, hit that hit the max amount of voters that they could. Because he's like that kingmaker, you
I'm
know.
curious to see how Ohio goes this year because
Mm,
last 4 years ago we went Trump, and for the first time in like forever, we didn't pick,
yeah. Yeah,
which is
that's right.
like so many bellwethers were
Yeah.
not.
Funko is bad enough. Oh, hey mods, Mass. Sorry. Hey Mass, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, you drove 725 miles since I talked to y'all yesterday morning. Only got uh, 2 4-hour naps, but thankfully you're parked for 10 hours now. We'll get some sleep soon. Excellent, excellent, brother. Um, Eric Trump sounds like a terrible idea. Politics are not supposed to be dynasties.
It wouldn't be the first time,
Yeah, true, true. It wouldn't be
and
the
it
first time.
doesn't make it a dynasty to have. I don't think
To
so.
to pull someone in there that you know and you trust, and you're not going to have to worry about
Right.
their, you
He's
know.
not gonna have to worry about a Pence.
No, I would still like to see him pull in Tulsi Gabbard. That's what I would
He's
like to see.
That's never gonna
I know he's not
happen.
going to happen, but hey, a man has hopes and dreams, and you know,
Shizzy and his pipe dreams over here this morning.
hey, I got to have something, because like I said, I'm not a Democrat supporter,
Lucy, get out of here.
but I do know that you're mean, Farrell. Give, Giving you feet pics.
I forgot that was on there still. Whoopsie.
Oopsie.
I'm not even sorry.
Nope, not a bit. Um, it's interesting to me that we have this political divide in the country so much. Yeah, she burnt back Bernie Sanders. She's a gun grabber, absolutely. Yeah, those are my catch ups with her. Um, but I'm saying she's got some pretty good pretty good positions, and you know
Well,
there
luckily,
there here's the thing. There's the purity test that I think pisses me off the most about both the Republican Party and the Democrat Party, is you can't have this big purity test across a thing where they check every single box. Um, and that's it's not going to happen. They're fallible people, and they're going to make mistakes, and they're going to be not the greatest thing. Um, I mean, is it a problem that the way she feels about the, grabbing guns from people? Absolutely. Is it the be all end all? And do you think that that's something that she would push through? I don't know. I mean, she was leading the RNs, the DNC. I mean, she was coming out of that all of those positions where she was at, but the DNC was kneecapping her like bad. Like they banned her off. She was banned off of posting on Twitter. She had her YouTube account shut down. I mean, they went after her hard. They did everything they could to quiet her, and that gave me a little bit more respect, because whatever she was doing, the DNC did not like, because they knew she totally slammed Harris and she slammed Biden, and there was no way that they were going to let her continue on.
right.
And
She's a
I
bad egg.
yeah, I had respect for her. I'm like, why isn't Farrell replying? Oh shit, it's Shizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they turned against her in the worst way. Yes, they did turn against her in the worst way. But like I said, it's that's the game of the politics.
Right.
You know, it's
And they don't see it that way. They think she turned against them. So
yeah. No, she didn't turn against them. She questioned their
well,
motives, and
I didn't say she did. I'm saying
yeah.
they don't feel like they turned their back on her. They feel like it's the other
Oh,
way around.
good morning, Eris. I hope that everything is going okay this morning. It's because I know that she had to head out and head off
Yeah.
to the ER last night. So I'm hoping that everything's going good. Still getting used to you streaming it at the ass crack of dawn. I think there's a lot of people that are. And I mean, I did a nice, what was it, 4.5 hours, a little bit over 4 hours, a little something like that last night.
Something like that, yes. Yeah, I don't know. It felt like forever because we back roomed and stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I wanted to get to know a little bit more about Crime Spies, and
yeah,
I think that she's got a really good take on things, and enjoy listening to her take on it. She reminds
right.
me a little bit of Mo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little
we're
bit.
same
But
humor.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I enjoyed that. So second Tuesday in November is going to be super. I'm sure he said meant super interesting. I'm already prepping yourself to stay up all night to see if pipes burst in Atlanta again.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta be
Yeah,
something. There's gonna be something.
there was no pipe burst, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
Like people still think there was a pipe burst, but there wasn't.
Well, people continue to believe a lot of things.
Well, they said there was a leak. From what I found out, there was a drip on a pipe.
Yeah, an old one.
Yeah, an old drip that had been going on for a long time, and so they had to shut down. I think that was the World Congress Center that they were having that at. We used to call it the World Concrete Center because it is just a mess in there. Um,
It is.
used to
It is, Eris.
I've set up for a
And
few concerts there.
were you
Oh,
still on Eris when we got shut down on YouTube last night?
I don't know.
No, she was in here. You were still here on YouTube with
Yeah,
us. Yeah,
yeah,
we had to leave YouTube behind last night.
yeah. It happened. I mean, that's what happens on YouTube. YouTube is asshole. Which I wasn't going to let it happen a second time. I was
Right,
getting pretty close to winding it up anyhow,
right.
but but YouTube wasn't going to get my people all worked up over it. It's just they were angry because I had MSNBC going on in the background, talking over it and all that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, you can't do that for too long, or we get angry. We are so angry. Why are you showing another show? We're commenting on it. It's a reaction.
Right,
And
right.
if they don't know the
Literally,
difference, yeah. If they don't know the difference, then screw them. I don't care. I've got four other platforms that I can be putting stuff on. I may not have the eyes and the views, but that happens. If only Rumble didn't suck. Well, there's
I
also
know.
it's I'm not just on Rumble. I'm also on Kick. I'm also on Twitter. Like I'll be streaming live to Twitter like I am right now. And so I've got Rumble, Kick, Twitter, and YouTube. And what's the other one?
Rumble should have, instead of making their streaming stuff that they just brought out, they should have been working on their chat platform because it's
Hmm.
awful. And if they just had a decent chat interface, it would be 100 times better.
Well, if I and it would be perfect if I could see what was happening on the Rumble side over here on the StreamYard side.
Yeah.
Um, that would be nice, but I'm not getting that because here's the thing. Yeah, yeah, Kick is not too bad. That chat sucks in a way. Yes, I mean, but I have to pull up Rumble chat, and that's what I wish Kick would do. Also, is get it synchronized where I could see what was going on without having to pull up an extra window or some crap like that. But
Right. I know David once in a while, if he sees a Rumble chat or whatever, he'll copy it and then paste it in here so it pops up in the YouTube and so you can pull them up on screen.
yeah. Well, at least the AP recognized Trump wins Iowa caucuses in crucial victory at the outset of Republican presidential campaign. That's the headlines from the AP. That's what they had to talk about this morning.
That's what they want it to be, T-Rex. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly it. And share that right there. You worry that Rumble will become an echo chamber for the right and YouTube for the left. Now it just increase divisions. People aren't sharing ideas anymore. No, StreamYard's not working with Rumble on purpose, or is it on Rumble's end? I'm pretty sure it's on the Rumble's end. They've got no incentive to create it where it works with StreamYard.
right, because they have their own.
Right. And they do have their own like thing. I guess they have their Rumble something or other that they use. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
Somebody
this
streamed with it that I watched not too long ago.
yeah,
But yeah, and you can't
Dance
pull up.
Biker Dance.
Nah, it wasn't that. I've never seen that.
Hmm.
So it was somebody else. It was somebody within our kind of greater circle, but
Oh, okay. You agree that T-Rex circuit, but more and more, but the left likes to troll. And at least if they troll on Rumble, an honest debate can happen. That's true. That's true. And also you're not going to have to worry about, oh, well, you said X, Y, or Z, so we're going to shut it down because it was slightly divisive. I mean, it's fine to disagree. I mean, shit, we disagreed plenty of times last night.
yeah.
It's like but it's when people take it to the point where they're going to have somebody else removed off of a platform. I think that's where it's like, just because you don't like what I say, it's really simple. If you don't like, and I tell this to other people, if you don't like whenever I'm talking politics and I do politics, then just
Bye.
watch me whenever I do other stuff. I don't just talk politics. Sometimes I might talk religion, all the things that you're not supposed to talk about at the dinner table. I might end up talking about it at some point in time. Does that make me a bad person? Yeah, most likely. But all you have to do is just not listen. You know, if I don't like somebody, I don't go out there and send people after them and try to bring them down. I just say, have fun. You won't get my support, and I just silently walk away. I think the attack mobs are horrible. I don't appreciate those.
Have kids, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Oh yeah, that is so
They're
much.
liars.
What is it? When you pick a day, talk boobs. Boobs makes everyone smile. Yes, talking boobs makes everyone smile. Whatever an alternate to Facebook was, it was more right leaning, but there was some real debates going on. Only one that Bongino originally endorsed and co-owned. Yeah. Well,
I
and
don't even
it's the
know
same.
what was that.
Um, what was that thing? I don't remember. It was, yeah, it was the one that what's his face ended up supposedly buying or whatever.
Hmm.
Kanye bought it. Parlor, that's what it was.
Oh, okay, I remember that.
Yeah, yeah. Who the fuck said having kids would be fun? Never, 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 never. Heck, absolutely. You don't have to agree with every streamer that you watch, and sometimes that weird take might change your mind one way or the other. It might just go, yeah, that person's an idiot. Usually, I'm an idiot. I mean, most likely, I'm an idiot. I'm going to say something that is like a bad take or a wrong idea. DeSantis edges Haley. That just sounds wrong.
What a
See
headline.
that? Now, how would you like to have this for a headline? DeSantis edges Haley for a second place. I told you that Haley was man. Haley was. It's hilarious.
Somebody like they didn't know what they were doing when they wrote that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least Haley's getting edged by DeSantis.
I guess.
Ah, hey, that's each their own choice. As each their own choice. I mean, I just listening to all the people that were talking about how how wonderful that DeSantis is and all this kind of crap. It's just like, okay. I mean, he's a great governor, but of course, other there's other news like Iran launches missile strikes in Iraq and Syria citing security threats. Isn't that wonderful? See, more missiles. We don't know where our missiles are going. Fired 11 missiles. Speaking of missiles, you know that what was it? And I just read that earlier. Where is it? It was something that South Korea said. Well, they turned that off. See,
Exciting.
I went back and it flipped. Trophy followed by turn. What? Anyhow, U.S. Post Office scandal. Parliamentary committees to speed up compensation for victims. That's so weird. So here we go. I love these. Just in case you didn't know, the dangerously cold temps blast much of the U.S., keeping schools closed and flights grounded. Isn't that wonderful? Buffalo, New York. Well, it's fucking Buffalo. It's always goddamn cold.
Right.
Jesus. All right. We'll see you in a bit, Paris.
Okay.
Dangerously cold temperatures affected much of the Rockies, Great Plains, Midwest on Tuesday with wind chills below minus 30 degrees. That's minus 34 degrees Celsius. The weird science missile scene. Well, it ain't home.
It got much colder than that in parts of the country.
Yeah. Well, I guess this was,
well, they said the plains and stuff, and I know that it got negative 71 in parts of Montana. So
yeah, but Montana, is that really a state? I mean,
sir.
I mean, does anybody really live in Montana? Or what was the it was a Georgia senator or congressman or something like that. I forget his name. He had worse hair than what's her face did last night with the blonde. You know what I'm talking about. He said, we have to be very careful of Hawaii because there's so many people that are moving there, and our fear is that it will turn upside down and in the water.
Oh my Lord.
It was so hilarious. Like he said it with all honesty and sincerity that, too many people on the island would cause it to.
What if they all went to one side?
Oh, it's
Can
like
you
a school bus.
imagine?
It's like a school bus. You all run to one side of the school bus and it'll go over on two wheels. God, what was that guy's name? Yeah, I know he was a Georgia politician. I think he's still in office too. I mean, that's the worst part about it.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that snowblower. See, I don't understand this. Why are you walking down the middle of the street with a snowblower?
He's probably going, well, one, it's probably for a photo op, or he's going over to do the neighbors.
I could see that.
Lots of people do that.
Just blowing stuff around. See, I don't miss this. I don't miss this at all. That right there, I hate that shit.
I don't mind it. I don't miss the temperatures.
Yeah. Well,
like you wouldn't like ours either, but it's, I mean, what we have, the low or upper teens and low 20s is a lot better than negative 70.
Yes. Well, and the worst part about all of the snow like this, the part that annoys me is like it looks really wonderful for the first like 12 hours, and then once people start driving on it, just turns to garbage.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I like that better than like in the spring when everything starts and it's just muddy and gross everywhere. I hate that part of it.
Pseudoscience is its formula. Yes, but the formula is BS. What is that? Yeah, go to sleep, T-Rex. Go to sleep, get some rest. You cannot make a formula for it without asking what cloth people are wearing. It's pseudoscientific BS made for sensationalism. Just report temperature and wind. Yes. I think they should. I was watching this show with the wife last night. It's a a crime thriller thing on Netflix. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. Uh, and it's, they've got the complete hook down towards the end as each episode goes through. I wish I could remember the name of it. They leave it with an absolute cliffhanger or new information that comes in there. It's just why can't we have more of that? And it's not bad. It's just good, wholesome, like, spy thriller. But wife and I have been watching that. That's what I watched last night. So I don't, you know,
I'm
I don't
trying
know.
to see if I can pull the
Oh, that's what it was.
TikTok.
That's where I was going with it. So they were talking about ballistics. There was like, oh, we ran ballistics on this firearm, and it's the same firearm that was used in both deaths, and it's your firearm. I was like, oh, aren't you guys special? You know, because we do know from our experience that it's, yeah, the firearms don't always. A lot of them have the same exact tool marks. These tool markings. It's just like, yeah. And they were just like,
Right.
can we see your firearm? It's just
Oh,
like, okay. Yeah. And it's done. They're English is what they are. It's a English thing, whatever. In Wisconsin, the deaths of 3 homeless people in the Milwaukee area were under investigation. Okay, if it's cold outside, they're homeless and they die. Might be they froze. Just saying. Freezing rain and sleet were expected to continue across portions of the southeast into Tuesday morning. Winter storm worries were in effect for Lawrence, Limestone, and Madison counties in Alabama and Franklin County in Tennessee, southeast Arkansas, northeast Louisiana, much of the northern. Well, for all of our Tennessee folks, be fucking careful because, it's nasty. With snow still falling, Bills call on fans to help dig out stadium for playoff game versus the Steelers. Okay. Have fun. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be out there digging in the snow and why don't you do an indoor stadium? We do have those things. Can I add that? Is it safe?
yeah, I was gonna show you this video real quick. It's my friend did it. Is it up there?
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Okay.
up there.
I have the other screen full size. That's boiling water in there. Hold on.
That is pretty.
Yep.
I saw a really cool one yesterday, where someone had taken some ramen, took a bowl of ramen noodles outside and had a fork in it, and then set it out there, and was holding it for just a few seconds, and then let it go, and the fork was standing up, and it was held
Oh,
in place.
yep, I've seen those.
Oh, like
These are
that's
the kinds of
perfect.
things we do back home. It was what, 56 below with the wind chill, 24
Yeah,
below.
it just turns into a big poof snowball.
Yep.
So wild, so wild. Them and their kids. That's why you buy a replacement barrel ahead of time. Exactly. Yeah. 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 Well, but see, here's the thing: if it was if it was manufactured by the same machine, the tool marks are going to be identical. So they might
Right.
run 1,000 of those same handguns through through the same tool that's barreling it. Guess what? Every single one of them is going to have the same nicks, grooves, and everything. They're going to be identical. Tool marks are not the be all end all for this.
Right.
Yeah.
Hence Runkle's challenge.
Wow, this dude totally looks like someone I used to work with. This guy's name is Terrence Holmes. South Fulton police are asking for the public for help finding persons of interest in a person of interest in a homicide investigation. He may be connected to a deadly shooting on March 28th, 2023. Jesus, only March, and man, they're moving up on March. That morning, officers were called reports of a shooting on the highway and found a man shot multiple times. Oh, that hearing that. Medics rushed the shooting victim to Grady, which Grady is like the top place to go if you're going to get like wounded by a firearm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like they're
They're the level 1 trauma center for that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
they are a great trauma center. The man was not able to survive his injuries. I hate to hear that. Investigators have not shared any details about why they believe Holmes is a person of interest in the shooting. Well, I mean, late night drinking, Fulton County, and sleeping with somebody else's wife, that kind of stuff does happen. You know, it does happen. And then, of course, here we go. There's another one. And this is DeKalb County. 2 people have been injured in a shooting overnight in DeKalb County. I'm trying to think. I think I know where that is. Oh, yeah, Flat Shoals Road. There you go. DeKalb County Police found both early Tuesday morning at a food mart on Black Shoals Road. Investigators say it's not clear exactly where 2 people were shot. Well, in their body, I'm sure that, you know, if you can't see the bullet wounds, then you may want to double check your like skills as an investigator. Medics rushed both victims to local hospitals. Visuals say one of the victims was critically injured. Well, yeah, but you still don't know where he was shot at. Investigators have not released the identities of victims or what led up to the shooting. This is not the first time police have been called to that food mart. 2021, 19-year-old Jakar McKellar was gunned down while outside the store. Why is it always gunned down? Why can't they just say he was shot?
Right.
You know, it doesn't make it more better or worse. Just like he was shot. You know,
why does that really need to even be in the article though?
Oh, gunned down.
Like,
Come on, it sounds more.
no, I mean the other shooting itself at all. Like,
Well,
so
because
there's
this
lots
is
of places that have more than one, and that was years
well,
ago.
well. Here's the thing: is because this particular area, you know, I'll Google search for it real quick here, and I'll give you an idea of where this is at. Street view. There we go. Pull it up. I have to be very careful because I don't want to give away any information.
Right.
So
Right. It just pops your home address in there.
Yeah, because this is, and I'm looking to see what is around this area. There you go. I can almost guarantee you I know where your suspect is. Yeah. I can pretty much guarantee where your suspect is or can be located. Let's see. And we'll share this tab instead. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. What did I do? I should. Yeah. So this is it right here. This is a housing project right off the interstate. And then you've got the Gulf America Inns. You've got all of these really like this is like dollar hotel. I mean, but low
Yeah.
budget, lots
Little
of self
pay by the
storage.
joint.
And so here's the place. And what do you think? Where do you think that the shooter might have been from?
Right.
Right next door. You know, said something, was over there getting a 40. Bad things happen. Bad things go down. Yeah, I mean, this is what you get. Like this is like a light day of traffic right here. Here, I don't know if you can see this, but
Yep.
this is a light day of traffic in Atlanta on 285. That right there is
Nice.
285. That's a light day of traffic. And you can,
Totally, I like that.
huh?
I like Toodley's comment about that.
What was
About being
that? Gunned down
down.
twice. That they were rootin' tootin' no good son of a bitch. Absolutely, that's what it means. if you make a different Windows Mac user for streaming, you don't have to worry about letting the world know your home address. Not true. I mean, everybody knows my home address. That matters.
I was gonna
Everybody else,
say Chizzy already has mine, so
yeah. But yeah, so as you can see, No traffic over here on this side. It's probably the same time of day right over here. No traffic. And then you go on the other side of the interstate. Boom, boom, boom. Traffic, like back to wall, just a mess. And then you'll see it thin out. It's just like driving in Atlanta. This is what it looks like driving in Atlanta. See, just backed up like crazy. And like completely empty spaces here on one side. The other
I
side is
couldn't do
just
that.
a
I
mess.
could not live in a place where I had to drive around like that all the time.
Oh,
I
it's
don't mind, like, driving through, like I like driving through Chicago. It's, like, my favorite part of the trip, but to live in that and do it all, ugh.
well, and here's the thing. This kind of traffic, this is what happens at it could be noon. It could be 10 o'clock in the morning. It could be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It could be 2 o'clock
Yeah,
in the afternoon. The only time that you're going to see like this empty road right here on a normal basis is at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, unless you're around this area, and then they'll have construction, so it'll be 10 times as bad, and it'll be mostly 18 wheelers that are stuck in traffic that can't go anywhere.
yeah. We have,
That's Atlanta.
like, regular little rush houry things at, like, noon in the morning and in the evening, but nothing like that. And I
Uh,
don't hardly ever have to deal with it because I don't have to be in town during those times for the most part.
well, and this is the bad part of it of Georgia. DeKalb County School building closures for January 16th. Frigid temps. A winter chill warning in effect for DeKalb County until noon Tuesday. Wind chill advisory through 9 a.m. Wednesday. DeKalb County is under multiple alerts issued by National Weather Service for dangerously low temperature and wind chills expected to last in the area through Wednesday morning. Wind chills could reach as low as 40 degrees below zero. But what is the temperature supposed to be? That's the question. What is temperature supposed to be? Hiawatha School District 428 is closed. After school activities are canceled. This is how Georgia reacts to anything that's like
Right.
below 32 degrees over an extended period of time. And it's not supposed to be that cold. Like right now, currently, just put this in mind. Currently, it is raining in Atlanta and it's 47 degrees. Temperature equals cold. Yeah. It's like these people are so damn silly. It's like they don't think about what they put in their minds most of the time. Where is that South Korea story? Because it said that North Korea was suspending firing missiles because of something. It was weird. And of course, this, I can't wait to see what they have to say this morning in their little press conference that they'll have. Because, they have
Yeah.
one. It'll be, it'll be, what's her name? Jean-Luc Retard will be in there, talking about how we're monitoring the situation over in Iran and Iraq and all that neat kind of stuff. They'll say, "Oh,
Well,
it's
you
the
could just go
Houthis,"
look at the last press conference. It'll just be the same thing.
pretty much. Just it'll be a rehash. Nothing new.
Yeah.
Oh, there
You
it is.
probably could just
North Korea
replay it.
says it's carried out its first missile test of 2024. Well, isn't that wonderful? And then of course, you've got Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels fired an anti-ship ballistic missile. I've never heard of an anti-ship ballistic missile. I mean, wouldn't that just be like a missile? Just think it out loud. So yeah, they fired it at 2 p.m. Yemen local time. They detected anti-ship ballistic missile. Why do they keep saying that? It's just like saying an assault rifle.
Of course.
It makes no sense.
Well, I mean, it
U.S. would
does
have
to
held on
them.
to it. If the U.S. would have held on to their stuff, they wouldn't have to worry about this. It was the first acknowledged attack by Houthis on a U.S. warship since the U.S. and U.K. military started striking the Houthis after weeks of attack. What do you expect them to sit there and go, "Come on, fire things at us. We appreciate it." They're going to fire crap back at you.
Yep.
Be prepared. Jesus. The Houthis have been targeting commercial vessels. Well, go figure. With missiles and explosive-laden drones for weeks, claiming it was a legitimate response to Israel's ongoing war with the Palestinian militant group Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The missile was fired towards the USS Laboon, was shot down in the vicinity of the coast of Houdia or something like that, port on Yemen's west coast by U.S. fighter aircraft. Wait a second. So this was a pretty weak missile. If they had a missile that fired at a at a ship and they were able to shoot it down with a, what were they doing? Was it like a trebuchet or something? That's
This
I'm wondering
the
because
strongest shot putter
just throwing rocks at ships.
Whoa.
There were no injuries or damage reported. Well, then they didn't shoot down the missile, did they? If there was no damage reported,
Right.
Jesus,
Mhm.
get your news correct here. The U.S. and allied strikes had not dissuaded the Houthis. Well, no, you think? Maybe they just don't care. Exocet AM-39 is an anti-ship missile. Okay.
I swear sometimes these stories are literally AI generated.
They must be. But then they
Maybe
just say,
we're
wait a
making our
second.
own.
Okay. Now, from what I said, what I saw, okay. I could be wrong here. Maybe I just didn't read this correctly. Right here, it said there were no injuries or damage reported. Right? Or
Right.
did I see that? Okay. Come down here. And it says right here, as a result of the impact, the vessel suffered limited damage to a cargo hold, but is still stable and headed out of the area. All
Well, that would
seafarers
be
on board the
damage, wouldn't
vessel
it?
confirmed to be uninjured. The vessel is carrying a cargo of steel products. Okay.
You're not wrong, Mass. You're not wrong.
The exocet skims the swells, very hard to track with radar too close to the water. So how did the airplane able to shoot it down? I'm serious. I don't know these things. I'm an idiot. I told people I'm an idiot. They don't believe me. I don't know
Like,
how come
tell you the truth, you won't believe me.
how come an airplane is able to track one of these missiles? And how do they know that it was that kind of thing, the exocet? Why, it's funny why they call it the same thing that we used to play with as kids, exocet. You remember those? Oh my God, I remember
It was an
this.
erector set.
I don't know. Was it erect?
Huh.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know, Shizzy.
do you remember this picture?
Yes. Oh my lord. The worst statue I've ever seen, I think.
Well, and everybody was all up in arms about it. Of course, it's a horrible statue. It looks goofy as all get out, but it's a
Look at my giant turd.
I don't think that's what it looks like here, but if that's what you want, if you want to go with, that's fine. Just saying.
Well, it looks like that a whole lot more than what they claim it looks like.
Well, it just depends on the angle of the dangle. You know, it depends on which way you're standing. You know, there's got they got that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, mercurochrome. Wow.
What?
So what was it? Nikki Haley. Oh my gosh, the blaze. Nikki Haley, tonight, Iowa made this Republican primary a two-person race. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that. That, as you described it. And Shizzy did say ballistic missile. Exocet sounded like a cruise missile. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I don't know what they're using either. Like I said, it could be a trebuchet. They, you know, I would think if you're maybe they were firing a stinger at them. Who the hell knows? I mean, they don't make it very clear. What is that? As you describe. Yeah, sound like a cruise missile. Okay. I don't know. I never understood that. How do you cruise with a missile? Just just cruising, man. Just cruising along, rolling up a J, cruising on over here, this place. I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna go grab some more coffee. Can you handle it for just a couple?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Cool. I'll be right back, folks.
What's up, humans? I know nothing about missiles or any of this stuff, so you can just entertain Chizzy with all that. Did you watch the stream last night, Mass? Hi, Eris. Welcome back. I think you missed a lot of things after you left, Eris. We'll have to talk later. Oh, I always forget that. You'd think I would remember that by now. Yeah. Good morning, Fofa. Wolfie! I didn't even pick up a newspaper today. Dang. I'll have to get one. Put it on my desk so I have it ready to go. I
I
don't
really hate whenever I
think we
put my
have any.
headset on backwards. It makes me feel like I'm sitting in the wrong way in my chair. Ah. Morning, Farrell. Morning, Eris.
I'm gonna
Hey,
pick one
Fulf.
up
Good to
at
see
work
you.
tonight.
Are you picking up a firearm tonight at
Mm,
work?
I don't need to pick up one of those. I'm gonna pick up a newspaper for Wolfie.
Oh, oh. Be careful. Nope, she's getting a newspaper just for you. But excellent, excellent. Wonderful seeing all you fine people this morning. And just know that it will be a little bit shorter morning this morning. Just because I do have someone coming by later and I have to
Oh
shut
yeah, you
down
have
the
your
computer.
thing.
Yeah. So I mean, not this moment, but it will be
Right.
happening. It will come abruptly where I say, okay, it's time for me to,
And yeah.
and I won't be
Sounds
hanging
good
out.
to me.
I won't be hanging out in the back room after either. Just
That is perfectly fine with me. I need to get some sleep today.
hmm so the winter storms, the freezing, the Nikki Haley thinking that she's really moving up in the world. We all know that that's not true. We know that global warming is the only kind of cooling that is supposed to happen during a thunderstorm. Ah,
Uh,
uh, don't you just love this? Oh, this is awesome here. Where did it go? Were you telling me they removed that news story?
oh,
Wow, it just is
what
gone.
happened to make it disappear?
I don't know. It's so weird. Like I saw. Let me see. I'm I've got to understand something here. Oh, Jesus. If only I could show you what I'm looking at because it makes no sense to me. See, I go down these rabbit holes and I just want to find the damn open that one. And then this one here, B, where is it? See, I'm having to open up a whole new tab and do a Google search for it because whenever I click on a story, it takes me to where the story should be, but it's not there.
I agree, Eris. It's because humans are arrogant enough to think that we have the power to do that.
This is ridiculous. I just saw it. Damn it. I just fucking
It
son of a
ran
bitch.
away.
No, because I clicked on it and it took me to where this story was supposed to be, and it wasn't there. Okay, the
They
headline that
scrubbed it.
yeah, the headline that I saw was Biden criticizes the National Guard or something of that sort for stopping illegals at the border. And then it was gone. Like I went back and I was like, because I clicked on it and it took me to this. It took me to this page right here. This is what it gave me. 6 takeaways from Iowa. That's not what I clicked on. And then whenever I went back to look at it, it was gone completely. And
Biden
now,
administration sends a cease and desist letter. Biden
do you see
warns it'll
it?
take action if Texas is that the one you were looking at?
Where
Well,
am I
I
missing?
just googled Biden criticizes National Guard. Biden
Yeah,
apologizes after some National Guard troops were oh, these are old. Well, this one's 10 hours. Biden administration warns it will take action if Texas does. Well, I think we read that something about that yesterday.
yeah, yeah. Doing good. Just my work sucks, but it pays bills. We can listen to Shizzy while doing it, so all good. Yeah, I'm pretty easy on the ears sometimes. Other days. Oh my god, this weather happens not it's not man issue, it's planet issue. People forget that once upon a time this planet was one landmass. Plates moving. It's nothing we've done. Yeah. We not to fall into under any conspiracy, but if it wasn't for the dinosaurs, they would have not broken up the land so much. Just saying. We're blaming it on the
So we're
dinosaurs now.
blaming them? Okay, gotcha.
But of course, here we go. This one's a good one. So, see, Biden Harris administration announced Friday new student loan forgiveness plans that was previously scheduled for July that could erase the debt of some borrowers enrolled in the savings on valuable. Why don't they just say, sucking on the government tip?
Mhm.
And mm, okay, if you ever really looked at this, like this whole student loan forgiveness thing, do you know who it benefits?
Not me.
No, really. Do you know who it benefits? And this is no joke.
No, I haven't looked at it because I
It
paid my
benefits
own,
it
so
benefits those that can afford to pay for it, their student loans.
of course. But
Serious. It affords it's for the ones that it doesn't forgive the student loans on people that can't afford to pay it. It's so horrible.
right.
Yes.
Well, the government made the problem in the first place with doing all the loans, all the government-backed student loans. They made the problem.
Yeah, right here, upper middle class
This
kids.
school would not, no college would cost what it does if not for those.
Well, if it wasn't for the federal government, it wouldn't
Yes,
schools wouldn't be so expensive. The reason that
exactly.
they jack up the prices is, well,
Because they
crap.
know they can get the FAFSA loans and grants out of them. So
Exactly.
just hike it up, hike it up.
Mhm. They are the biggest benefits of student loans. And if the government forgives those student loans, they're still the biggest benefactor of that.
Yep.
Because that means that the federal government will come in to forgive those student loans and pay it. So basically the taxpayers pay for everybody else that was not smart enough
Twice.
to take a loan. And then of course there's this here, which I feel really bad for those people in Mexico that chopped their wing dingies off. Mexico City authorities in Mexico said at least three of the transgenders were killed 2 weeks in the first 2 weeks of 2024 in Mexico. Imagine that. It's weird. I thought this was, but how many other people have been killed in Mexico in the first 2 days? Well, even New Year's Eve. I wonder.
Yeah.
No, I had no clue she got a loan or even thought about college. Oh,
Yes.
whoa.
Hand jobs, people. Hand jobs.
Yes, hand jobs. Mo describes it perfectly. Hand jobs is what you need.
Yes.
Samantha, listen, we're fighting for you and carrying signs. Your hate speech kills. Speech does not kill. Like, only people kill people. Well, sometimes there might be the freak accident of, snow falling on you. But yeah, hate speech doesn't kill anybody. You can hate people all you want to. You could yell and scream at me until you are blue in the face. You could call me all of the mean, awful things on this planet, and you know what? It is not going to hurt me one bit at all. I will never
Right.
die from somebody hating me ever.
Yep.
So hate the fuck away. Hate me to
Yep.
death. I will never feel the effects of that.
You won't be the first. You won't be the last.
Absolutely. And so whenever I hear that kind of crap, where they say your hate speech kills, that's not true. That's not true. Hate speech doesn't kill anybody. And so Letra S has documented at least 513 targeted killings of gay people in Mexico. Okay. It's Mexico. And I'm just trying to think 513 in Mexico. Is it because they were gay or they just happened to be gay?
Uh,
Because I mean, how many gay people have died in the U.S. here? I don't know. That makes no sense. 513 killings just last year. That's almost 2 people a day getting deleted.
yeah.
And is it because? Yeah, I would think that would make bigger news. I'm very suspicious of their of
Can you
their.
make the can you make them bigger when you share an article
I
like that?
no, I can't make the gays any bigger.
Well, I don't know. I've heard your voice on
Well,
AI
if they've
story
if,
time.
if they've had if they've had it chopped off, it's not going to make it any bigger. Just saying. Dudes be missing all their stuff. Law enforcement said they would investigate the violent deaths, but the activists say they doubted anything would come of the cases. It's in Mexico. How does this mean anything? Lerda S documented the killings of a. But how would they know if it was Gabby? How would they know? How can you identify it as being Gabby? Really, I'm curious. Like what
Uh,
goes on the death certificate? I'm curious.
oh, I see what you're getting at.
No, but I'm serious. How can you identify the body? There, I mean, what do you put on the paperwork?
See, probably
Because
whatever she legally was at time of death.
but are they recognized legally in Mexico?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't either. I need to find out more. So I did not
Good morning,
realize
Brandon.
they're like satellites. So they have a national observatory of hate crimes. What is that? A national observatory. So do they like get out telescopes and look at them like little twinkling stars in the sky? Try putting on a thio ring on the end of an article. It'll get
A,
bigger.
a tight O-ring.
Oh, a tight O ring. Okay. That might happen too. Yeah. It gets a little swole up. 2 other cases were not immediately confirmed by law enforcement, but were registered by rights groups. Okay, this is why. Okay. This is like that bullshit yesterday. I'm telling you. 2 other cases were not immediately confirmed by law enforcement, were registered by rights groups. So right groups are telling people who, that, oh, this was a hate crime. Fuck these people and the horse they rode in on. I thought it was going to be an interesting story. It wasn't.
No.
Just remember, that there's hateful people out there and they do horrible things. It's not, it has nothing to do with hate speech. It has nothing to do with anything else except there's just shitty people and they are going to do shitty things to other shitty people constantly.
Yep.
I just don't. I don't.
I would what's what so there's hate crimes. What's the rest of it?
There's love crimes too, you know.
Okay.
Like you find your wife in bed with another man, it's a crime of passion, you know, a love crime.
Mhm.
Very passionate. Especially, you know, whenever but I still don't understand why, you know, delete them. That makes no sense to me. Like if that happened with me and my wife, like I came in and saw my wife doing that kind of stuff, I'd be like, let me get my camera out and I'm taking some pictures because you ain't getting shit.
Well, I would be more on board with the whole hate crime if it went both ways, but it never does.
Well, absolutely.
Even when it's clear that that's the only reason that they were unalived is because of their color of their skin.
Yeah.
It never goes that direction.
Love hurts. Ooh, love hurts. Oh yeah, like nooses and race car garages. Yeah, subway muggings. Yeah, it's so horrible. The
I
world.
know, Eris.
The,
Oh.
okay, so I've been sort of avoiding this because you know I really could care about less about this guy, but of course I'm gonna have to show it because he looks so sad and unhappy and it's just
Oh.
oh. See,
Sad
and of course,
face.
here's what they I'll open that up in a new tab because it's hilarious. Of of course, everything that you see over here on CNN, Trump attacks Ramaswamy for the first time, calls his blah, blah, blah. Opinion Vivek is not MAGA. Trump's bitter breakup with not MAGA enough 2020 election skeptic quit his job after. Okay, we don't care. Biotech entrepreneur Ramaswamy ended his campaign for the 24 Republican presidential nomination Monday night after a disappointing finish in the caucuses. I will stick to the truth tonight. The first hard truth, and this was hard for
Ew.
me. I got to admit this, but we looked at it every which way. And I think it is true that we did not achieve the surprise we wanted to deliver tonight. He said in his campaign watch party in Des Moines, Iowa. Ramaswamy then formally endorsed Donald Trump. So,
Nice.
so you see this up here. You see all this news. Trump attacks Ramaswamy. Vivek is not MAGA, not MAGA enough. 2020 late, and then of course he comes down here and he endorses Trump.
I mean,
So,
kudos to him for doing that though. Really, like
yeah, yeah. He's grifting off of Trump. That's it. He's
well,
riding the
still.
Trump train. That's
He could
fine.
have been like others that have dropped and
Well, he didn't have to endorse. He didn't have to do anything. He could have just been himself. You know, that's this is why I just always thought Ramaswamy was a grifter.
good morning, Matthew.
Good morning, Matthew. How are you? Good to see you, Judge Matty.
As long as he didn't stream last night, so I didn't get to see him.
America's in the midst of a national identity crisis. No, no, no. You're incorrect. This is now you're understanding why people did not go for you because you're trying to align yourself with the most ignorant of the bunch. You're trying to align yourself with the groups of people that think, oh, the sky is falling, the end of the world is happening. You know, they're going to destroy us. They've been trying to destroy us for the past 100 years. I mean, that's it's just the way that it goes. Nothing's changed from the time that I was born to now as far as politics go. It's just you see it a lot more. The sky isn't falling. The world isn't going to end if you have another Democrat president. It's not going to end if you have another Republican president or independent or anything like that. The world is going to continue to go on. It is not the end of the world.
Oh, that Baker talked about that the other day on something.
It
The
did.
how they do that over they when we have an election, it's oh Donald Trump gets in there, all everything's gonna fall, and he's like, "Y'all say that every year." He went back through, like, all of them, what they said, like, if this person or that person gets in there,
Oh
and
yeah. Yeah, if Obama comes in, it's he's gonna destroy all these horrible things that these wonderful things that you love or whatever. It's just like, okay. So Ramaswamy at 38. Yeah, think about that. He's he's a kid at 38.
yeah, he's barely old enough.
Yeah. We hunger for purpose at a moment when faith, patriotism, and hard work are at the decline. Did I say that gay enough? I don't think I did. America's in the midst of a national identity crisis. We hunger for purpose at a moment where faith and patriotism and hard work is on the decline. See, of course, in Ramaswamy wrote in the Wall Street Journal announcing his campaign. The Republican Party's top priority should be to fill this void with an inspiring national identity that dilutes the woke agenda to irrelevance. Instead, many top Republicans recite slogans they memorized in 1980 or criticize left wing culture without offering an alternative. I do agree with him here on this because if you watched a lot of the speeches that everyone had, those gay hating Mexicans would come for you. Yeah, that's okay. Let them come. As long as they're hurling hate speech at me, we're good to go. We will have a blast because I won't understand a freaking word they're saying. I'm changing. I think I might be changing the song for my Rumble transition. Oh, you're muted.
I hate Eris, you're right, but they should be scared, and if it's because they think he's a nutcase, fine.
Yeah. Might just push that button. Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people had that fear about Ronald Reagan. I mean, there were British musicians that were making songs about it and how Ronald Reagan had his finger on the button and all that neat kind of stuff. People don't realize that it's not just that president can walk over there, push a button, and launch nuclear missiles. It takes a hell of a lot more than that. A lot more than that. It's not like you can just go, oh, there's a little button right here next to my bed and I can push it and launch nukes at somebody.
Reach over to shut the snooze off and
Yeah. Boom. Oh, well, we just launched a nuclear missile over at Russia. And most presidents know they don't want to have that responsibility. It takes a lot. No matter how batshit crazy they are, they're Trump. Do you think Trump wants to launch lob a nuclear missile over at China and have China launch one back and Russia to join in, and then you have nuclear missiles flying back and forth? How does that help his hotel chains? How does that help
right.
him make more money? What, to flatten New York City and then he can buy up all the property for really cheap? No, I mean that it's a stupid thought that anybody, any president, left, right, center, it doesn't matter, that they want that to happen. They want to do everything they can to avoid it.
I agree, Eris. I wish they would have too. Good morning this way.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Was that if Trump wins, I'm leaving? Would fucking leave? Yes. They say that all the time, and I hear that. I hear that on the right side also. Oh well, if Biden wins, then I'm getting my passport and I'm moving to Thailand or some crap like that. Where they can go
I
get some
had I had
lady.
a friend that said that, and she did.
Good. I'm glad she
They
did.
left. Yep,
I'm
and
happy for
they
them.
yep.
I
She
hope
they
they're
had
happy.
a really yes, they are very. They have an amazing life down where I can't remember where they moved to, but they're tropical now and they love it.
Oh yeah, I'd be tropical too. You know,
Yep.
I
They
try.
lived in Pennsylvania, so I'm sure they're really enjoying it right now.
Oh God, geez, yeah. Like my sister, she moved from Illinois to Arizona. She was like, because her oldest got a job working for an insurance company out in Arizona, and she was just like, "Why am I here? My grandkids are gone. Both my boys are gone. I'm divorced, and I am out of here." And so she moved to Arizona and just loves it. She's like, this is wonderful. Like, and she's a ginger, so she burns really easy. You know? I remember when we were kids, someone told her, if she wanted to work on her tan, to put on baby oil and go out in the sun.
Ooh.
Yeah, we know what happened. Don't use baby oil if you're going out in the sun.
For
It's
sure
not what
not.
it. It's not what it's for.
I
You know.
mean, back in the day.
No, never, anytime. You know.
Oh, they
Oh
moved to
yeah.
Nicaragua.
Okay. Okay. I think anybody that wants to leave this country, they should feel free to. If you don't like it here, then go.
Yep.
You don't like
She
the
didn't it's
politics
and
or
it's not that
policies?
really that yeah, she just was tired of all of it, and she was very, very into political landscape and stuff, and she decided when she left she was done with all of that, and she doesn't talk about it, doesn't wanna hear about it, and they're very happy now.
It is very relieving. And what was it? It was Lincoln Kane was talking about that. He said he went hard on the politics the last election, and he got disillusioned by it.
Yeah,
Because he was expecting an outcome, and watching all the fuckery go on, he was just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not talking about politics anymore, except what I want to talk about. And
right.
I was disillusioned a long time ago. That's why I talk about politics and don't give two shits. I really don't. I mean, it matters not to me. It affects me not whether you have Ramaswamy drop out or stay in, but I like talking about it. And how will it affect me if Biden wins another term? Zero.
It's just gonna be the same crap. Eris, we can retire together in North Dakota.
North. Oh, I hate both of you guys. You originally wanted to go to Texas, but it started turning blue. I'll brave the colds in North Dakota if I can't get back to Arkansas when I retire.
Alaska.
Is that Alaska? I thought Alaska was AL. No, that's
No.
Alabama.
Yep. Alaska is AK.
AK-47. There you go. Uh, who said anything about sexual activities? Oh, okay. So Ramaswamy stood out from the rest of the Republican field for his embrace of Trump, even as other rivals sought to weaken the primary frontrunner. He aligned himself closely with Trump's policy vision, self-identified as part of America First movement, called Trump the greatest president of the 21st century, and he forcefully defended the former president after each of his indictments, pledging to pardon Trump of federal charge if he were elected to the White House. Right? Why? Why? I wouldn't. That's like shooting yourself in the foot because your head hurts. It just makes no sense. He launched his campaign in February 2023 as a little known former pharmaceutical executive. Big pharma.
Yep.
Woke Incorporated and Nation of Victims have been giving him a growing profile in right-wing media. His campaign announcement was quickly followed by an appearance on Tucker Carlson's former show on Fox News, an early indication of his strategy to introduce himself to voters through a heavy diet of appearances and interviews with conservative media figures. Oh. If you brought your own baby oil, John used it all up. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Good afternoon. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Wow, doggone it. I'm just losing it. Nick, good to see you. Wonderful, wonderful morning and afternoon for you. You watched wrestling in the 80s. Yeah, but they weren't the hottest thing. They were under his lights. Yeah. Ramaswamy, who is Hindu. No, really? And son of Indian immigrants. Wow, really? Like, does that make him Hindu, you think?
Well,
Was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. So where was he
Well, you know
born?
what MSNBC would call him.
Push start or pull start? But he would be American Indian. If he was born in the US, he would be American Indian.
No, I was talking about what they called Nikki last night.
A dude? Dark? They call
Yeah.
Nikki a
The
dark-skinned
dark
woman?
one.
The dark-skinned woman? Yeah. Ramaswamy, who is an American Indian, was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. He graduated from Harvard with a degree in biology before earning a law degree from Yale. He then founded biotech firm Ryovent Sciences before help starting Strive Asset Management, investment management firm. Oh, Jesus Christ. No wonder. Dude's like that. Every single thing that I see about this, because I could really care less about some of these people until they like get to a certain point, and then I might like be interested in where they came from. He's got a degree in biology, okay, which is honorable. He earned a law degree, okay. You're sort of working your way down the thing, and you founded a biotechnology firm, okay. That starts screaming, and then all of a sudden you're doing asset management. Okay. Now you're just like, how like swarmy can you get? And what does it matter if someone is woke or not? How does that let someone be woke and make investment decisions? Like it's the same way that people make these investment decisions based on what they read on the internet. You know, they go, oh, everybody thinks like this dog coin is like the next biggest thing, and they're becoming millionaires off of it. Let me go spend all of my child's college money on buying this stuff. Let me do that. And then whenever it tanks, they go, why didn't anybody tell me or warn me? Because you're an idiot. Why would anybody want to? Let's take your money. A frequent
Yep.
critic of the two-party political system, Ramaswamy often said he was using the Republican Party to advance his own agenda. What? To get like the three-headed, like donkey or what? Over the course of the campaign, he leveled sharp criticism at GOP leaders, Republican National Committee Chairwoman Rona. Oh, why would you have that? Really sucks. Her name is Rona. I'm sorry, lady. I would use your whole name, not Rona. If that is your whole name, I really feel bad for you. We become a party of losers. No, you just became what you already were. You always have been. Nothing's changed since like I said, at the time I was born. They're the same. Republicans do Republican, and they're halfway, sitting on the fence, straddling, trying to make amends to the other side. The other side is doing the same thing. It just depends on what news outlet you're looking at. Everybody's reaching across the aisle, and it seems like they just cross the aisle into the other's realm and become the same thing. what what is this hearing for? David is covering.
Yeah, he's talking about Murdaugh having a hearing today.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know there was one.
Willard Romney. Yeah, go figure, huh?
Hmm.
Willard Romney. Nice. Those attacks proved to shift perceptions around Ramaswamy's candidacy, which polls showed him stagnating after his summer rise, of course. Attacks that appeared to affect Ramaswamy campaign the most came from Nikki Haley, a fellow Indian. Is it Indian American or American Indian? So she's Hindi also. Maybe that's why
Who?
they.
Nikki?
Yeah. So did they.
No, I looked it up where her folks came from. Hold on.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I looked it up. They're not from the United States. I don't even know how to say that.
Why do they say Indian American? Why? Here's the thing: if you have to identify as like,
They're from India.
yeah, so
Yeah.
she's American Indian also. Can't make me change my mind on this. American Indian. 9:30 a.m. South Carolina time. Oh, okay, that's very cool. And then, of course, Ramaswamy often sought to. This is why he went after Nikki Haley so hard, because they, Indians don't tend to like their women, doing things, except for making babies and staying in the kitchen. Just kidding. It's not that bad. Maybe. Yes, American Indian. Like
No,
America
Indian
should always.
American.
No, American always comes first. If America doesn't come first, then you're from another country.
American Indian would mean Native American.
No, Native American is what I am. I was born here in the United States. I am Native American. Are you talking about Indians?
Well, she was born in the United States, so
Yeah. So American Indian, Native American. See? See how that works?
yes, she's just an American.
Yeah, American.
Her parents were from India.
Yeah, he grew up into watching the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. You barely got out of diapers whenever that stuff was happening. If he's 38, yeah, he was still in diapers. Nikki's a fucking white chick with culture. Yep, that's about right.
Well, and she didn't say that. Like last night, it
No.
was MSNBC saying it for her.
Well, of course. Yeah, there's dot dot push push pull pull feathers and woo woos and tomahawks. I mean, some of them use tomahawk missiles and some of them use like tomahawks as missiles. I don't know. I'm very confused about all of it. I mean, you've got Indians, American Indians. Just if you're an American, you're an American. If you're an Indian, you're Indian. Identify as the country that you're from. If that's what you want to identify as. If you have this Afro American, no, you're a fucking American. Be an American. Be proud of the country that you come from, and you're gonna live and die in. If you move your ass to France, then you become a fucking Frenchman. You don't care if you were born in the U.S. It's like
You're
you
right,
become
Eris.
an expat, then go be expat. Go be whatever you want to be. If you're identifying as this dual citizen bullshit, then fucking be dual citizen. I don't care.
Right.
I'm a fucking American, native, born, bred, and will probably die in America. Hopefully, whenever I'm old and more gray.
Well, according to Baker, I can help make that happen.
Yeah, see, there you go. Christopher Columbus called Native Americans Indians because he was an idiot and thought he was in India. Well, I'm still an American. I look at my fellow Americans as Americans. I don't care what color they are or where
Jesus,
where their
Maggie.
grandparents came from. For for him is bloodthirsty. That is right. Well, I am a bloodthirsty savage. Just I go around scalping, the women and raping the horses. It's horrible. I'm a rotten human being. You remember that from we will pillage the women and rape the horses. Yes. From Three Amigos.
How did I end up on this stream?
Come on, it's fun.
I know. That's why I said if you and David get together, the horses are in big trouble.
See, anyone born here is an American. Right. Simple as that.
Somebody hide all the horses in Tennessee this May, please.
Yes. See, Three Amigos is classic. Now, what's really fun is back in the day, we had VHSs. A lot of people don't know what those things are. But if you watch the Three Amigos in reverse as it was rewinding, oh, it was even funnier. Of course, a lot of weed might have been smoked at that point in time too, but it was definitely worth it, because it would be rewinding and it starts out a little bit slow and then it starts speeding up as it gets towards the end, and just watching them like ride around backwards. It's, oh yeah, so much fun. Just so long as you don't milk them. Hey, there's only one horse milker that I know of in this area, and they're very happy to milk that horse. Oh, this is so cool. I love this. Someone just showed a picture here. I'll have to show it. I love it. Oh my gosh. This is something I used to see all the time. Here, is it share screen? Here, share this tab instead. Look at that. So the caption over this was, my brakes are loud and squeaking and the car is having a hard time stopping.
I wonder why.
Well, because there's no rotor left.
Yeah.
Those little holes that you see, that's the middle of the rotor. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I've
I love
seen this.
those videos, from mechanics, like, on TikTok and stuff with
Yeah.
the customer complaint, and then they show, like
Well, and by looking at this, I can tell you what kind of car this is.
Nice.
Just looking at it, I can tell you exactly what kind of car it is. I don't know the
Nice.
exact make and model. I don't model. I know the make. This is a VW
Hi, Fed.
because they use those. Well, it could be a BMW, but I doubt it because the brakes don't look like they would be for a BMW. And then you got that nut right there where your wheel bearing is, and it's really rusted out. So I'm not surprised. Anyhow, as I just ramble off watching random bullshit on the interwebs, I'm that kind of thing. I'm gonna have to
The
shut this
best
bad
part.
boy down. I have to
Yep.
shut this bad boy down because I've gotta tear down my computer and get it all moved out of the way. I probably won't be doing any streaming tonight. I don't know if I'll be doing any stream tomorrow because I don't know what this situation is going to look like.
Right.
So if you see it, keep an eye out for it. Make sure you got the little bell notification set up. If you got the little bell notification, you see a little thing come up saying I'm on to stream, then I'll stream.
Yeah, just let me or Eris know, and we'll pimp it out if you
No, I love being pimped out like a cheap piece of meat on a platter served up with some biscuits and gravy. I'm I'm so turned on now.
Good.
I need more coffee is what I need.
I
Mm.
need to go to bed before
Well,
Baker starts streaming, I get sucked in.
oh, that's what I was gonna do because I'm a moron. So let me pull up here and see who we've got live right now, and I can redirect
Mm-mm.
you, find folks over. Oh yeah, here we go. I love this guy so much that I'm gonna send you guys over there. Normally, I would send you over to Shelly, but I don't see that she's streaming.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody on.
And
Not yet.
yeah, that's how it goes. I didn't even customize turn off live reactions. That's how tired I was last night. I set this stream up last night as I was heading out. I was
The
like, oh
only
man.
thing I see on mine is meme.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm gonna send everybody because
Okay.
Beam's good people. So make sure whenever you go over there and see why is it. No, there it is. Whenever you see Meme, give him a big thumbs up and show him some love. He's good people. If you've never heard of Meme, and just listen for a little while. He's Australian, living in Japan. He's good people, and
Tell me said
he's
hi.
yeah. Tell him we said hi. I've been over there a few times, and he's fun. He's fun. Even the Chris Chan stuff, which is so disturbing, is still enjoyable. So make sure that you show that man some love, and we will definitely try to do this tomorrow. I don't know when the next stream will be because I don't know how where my computer is
Matthew?
going to be set up yet. So that's how we do it. Y'all have a wonderful
Bye,
one.
Maddie.
Peace, y'all.